So what we were doing yesterday with the names and dealing with people who are a problem that have two letters the same in their name is something called permutations with identical objects. When you have things that are identical, well, switching the order doesn't change anything. So when we looked at a name, right, when we looked at a name like Ellen, and if we considered, if we even wrote it with little e's and little l's, we have identical objects. There's two little l's and two little e's. Normally, if you were arranging 5 different objects, there'd be 5 decisions to make, and you'd have 5 choices, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, which would be 5 factorial. But with identical objects, you have to divide by 2 factorial for the e's, because each time you arrange it, the e's could be switched, and divide by 2 factorial for the l's. So what would you do with something like Mississippi? How many letters are there? There's 11 letters. So normally, if all the letters were different, it would be 11 factorial. What are we going to do about the s's? Divide by 4 factorial. 2 factorial for the p's, and 4 factorial for the i's. Type that into your calculator. Make sure you use the fraction button, or you'd have to put this in brackets. And you'd find out how many permutations there would be of the letters of Mississippi. So the way this is written as a formula, it says the permutations of identical objects, the number of permutations if you have n objects where r of them are identical, well, you just divide by your identical ones. And we've seen if you have more than one identical kind, you have to divide by all of them, which we saw in Mississippi. Yes? Sure. So here is example number 1. Seven boxes of cereal on a shelf. 5 are bran, 1 box is puffed wheat, and the other is granola. How many ways can the boxes be arranged in a row? Well, we could make this into a Mississippi question by labeling our bran ones as B's, our puffed wheat as a P, and granola as a G, and then it's like a Mississippi question. How many ways could you arrange those boxes? Well, if they were all different, it would be 7 factorial. But we have identical objects because the bran are all identical, so we're going to need to divide by 5 factorial. Mental math, what's the answer? 42. So remember, when you're simplifying factorials, you can start by expanding the top one and then say, hey, once I get to 5, I could say that 5 keeps on going all the way down, and this 5 would keep on going all the way down. So these could simplify, and 7 times 6 is 42.